Okay, YouTube. I can't start it right now, but I got the little gray scooter here up and running. It runs okay for now. I put some. Let me show you. Put a little of this in the tank. It's Marble Mystery Oil, and you can add. And it says right there you can add it to gas and in your oil. And I did that. Went for a little ride. This CVT case, and I've had it off for a couple minutes, and it's kind of chilly out here, but it's still warm. I mean, it was getting hot. So let me sit you down here. I'm gonna show you what's going on. And so this right here, the CVT. Let's see if I'm in focus. Yep. I'm guessing rough. It was around seven. It went up to $7,000. Would stay there. It wasn't over revving and all that. But I got like 15, maybe 20 mile an hour. But I know you ain't gonna be able to see it very good. Let me try it here. You can see I'm squeezing. It's not going anywhere. I mean, I'm really pressing. It's locked up. So what I got to do is tear it apart here and get that working. And these little things right here that you guys see, make sure you always put that back on so you don't lose it. But if I can get that inverter going, I might be able to get it up to 35, which it says stock. But as you right now see, it is froze. I mean stop. And I'm not the greatest at scooters. I am learning a lot. There's a gentleman on here on YouTube called 90GT Vert. 90GT VERT. And this gentleman really knows his stuff about scooters. He told me to check the air box because I was trying to give it gas and wouldn't go, and that wasn't the issue. And he said make sure everything's clean. Well, I messed with it a little bit, put another carburetor on it. They're both new carburetors. This carburetor started running good. I mean, got it. It runs exceptionally well auto, but when you give it gas, it bogs, it dies. But the part that I got now is, see, it's still hot, and as you can tell, my fingers, that is totally, I mean, jammed. So I got this right here, the Harbor Freight. It's Pittsburgh. I'm gonna just see. I don't want to do any damage to my scooter. I just want to see if I can loosen it up. If not, I'm gonna have to take the back completely apart. And yep, I hope I didn't mess this belt up. But if you're out riding and it's not going any more faster than 20 mile an hour, and I don't care if your weight of 4-stroke, unless you weigh 1,000 pounds, you know what I mean, I can see it. But if you're an average from 150 to, I'd say 250 or something like that, you should at least get close to 30 mile an hour. And this thing was doing 15 to 20 roughly. It was taking off good, but it wouldn't switch. You couldn't hear it go vroom, vroom like it's supposed to. Up here in the front, the very area or the weights, I got a whole nother engine. So what I'm going to do is take this off, and then I'll switch these whole clutches out, and I hope that the belt's alright, because you can't always take a belt from one scooter and put it on another one, because from here to here could be different. They're all, I mean, they have a long case, a short case, a 150, a 250s, but as right now, this thing is up and running, and you can hear it. It's a little loud, but It's nothing compared to the other one I had. I mean, it was terrible. I'll put some new 98-week-year-old on. I checked it, and that's where you put this in here. First, you'll come down here, and right here, where my fire is, you'll drain it. Let it drain for a while, and then, because the gear oil is real thick, and then go ahead and fill it up there. I would suggest, if it was me, by working on cars and all that stuff, I'd start it up if you're going to change the gear oil. Drive it around a little bit, not a lot, and then put it up on your jack stands or your table or whatever, and loosen it, because the oil heats up, it'll come out a little better. But thanks for watching. I got this. This is all about the Tomos Nitro. It's a 2008, same as my blue one over here. And the blue one's a 2-stroke. I just had that out and took it for a little ride today. That one needs a cylinder. I believe the cylinder fix on it. It's heating up, and what it's doing is on the cylinder, the piston's going out and swelling up and hitting the cylinder, which that was my fault. I thought the oiler worked good on it. It didn't, and it might have messed up my new cylinder, so I'll get a new big bore kit for that. And from now on, I mix the gas in that one. But this is just a straight 4-stroke, and what I'm doing is CVT work. So, okay, YouTube, I snatched the other parts of the CVT off the towel I had. This actually, tell you, this is the one that was on this. Let me set it down here and show you. Make sure you can see. It actually does work. I didn't think it did. It is moving. Show you the other one. They're both moving. So I'll take the best one out of the two. I'm going to show you what the problem is. And these are made different. This is I think this is a 139 QMB. Now, I believe the motor I have, I couldn't find a plate. It says it somewhere, but I think this motor is a 1P39 QMB. I am not for sure. But anyways, I'm going to show you what the issue is. Why it wasn't shifting. And right here's your problem. The weights. Let's see if I can get a good look at that. You see it? There's one. Here's a real bad one. They're shot. Look at this one. Someone was rough on this scooter. And this scooter has less mileage than some the other ones I had. These are shot. I mean, you couldn't use that if you wanted to. But since this is aluminum, in here, the ramps and everything look fine. I have this one, which, let me set this down here. So you can, I'm trying to get it so you guys can see. Actually, let's bring this up. Let me take my tool here. I think that is smaller, and let me go get a bit for this, and we'll take this apart and see if these parts are any good. Alright, I got a bit. Let me change the ends. I believe this is just a cover because you can see on the other one, I'll show you, where it could have been drilled. So I don't think it would hurt to use the cover and everything. Alright. I'm going to show you what they're supposed to look like. If these are any good. I believe these are good. These are worn, but they're nothing like... See this one? It's round. It's got a little bit right there, but they are perfectly round. So I'll go ahead and switch these out and let you guys know what happens. That should make it shift to second gear, I'm hoping. Okay, I got it all back together. But the other weights in the stock housing of this, just changed the weights or whatever, the grams, or I don't know grams, or not grams, the weights. Don't know what grams they are, they're probably factory. But I want to show you something here. If you squeeze these hard enough, like I did here, you can put that back on there and it slide right together. YouTube. As you see, it goes right on and off. So I'm using the bell housing and the clutch off the other one, and we're going to see if it works now. I'll let you know. Okay, YouTube, you're going to find out if I'm fix that CVT problem or not. Let me actually grab all this. Junk parts, or not junk. Never junk. You always save that stuff. You never know if you're going to need it. And I'm glad I did save it from the other scooter because I did need it. Just trying to get some of this so it don't make so much noise. Let's see if it'll start up for more starters. See if I got that back together, right? Try it this way first. Fire right up. Let's see if the CVT works now. Well, the issue we have now is it's not taking gas again. So I'm going to lift it up here. I'm going to take my pin out, gently pushing on this. There you go. Now let's see if we can get to go. Nope, it's not taking gas again. Fired right up. Sounds good. That vibration to the plate and all. Well, Sorry about that, YouTube. I think it rolled once, and I'll be able to tell when I watch this video and see if it switched gears. I couldn't hear it. So the next video, we got to get that transmission fixed so we can go a little faster. But I'm going to have to take a CVT or the case off again, and the variator, I think it's what it's called, the weights. Let me see, this piece here it's not working in this one at all. I went and put the other one on. This is the one that was on this stock, and they're identical. And this is the one that come off that other one, but you can see it's broke here. But this just right here just replaced the top. You never really had to worry about that. But the issue I got, trying to hold everything and talk at the same time, and well, I gotta take this back off because I'm getting it idle again. I had to clean out my fuel filter here again, clean all that. I gotta get that tank real clean. It's pretty clean, but it's got little bits of particle. That's why it wasn't revving up or going the throttle. It went right up to 7 grand like nothing after I cleaned all that. But the CVT in here is not switching. It's not putting pressure out there to get that back one to spin to when the back one spins. This part stays still. But this spins and this gets smaller. Well, it's not getting smaller. So here we go again. I'm going to tear it apart. Try to get it working, and I hope to have a video in the next couple days of showing you guys it actually working and shifting. Other than that, I got to do a couple little more odds and ends to it, and it should be on the road. I mean, the seat bracket, I can't lock this one, so I'm gonna have to get another seat anyway. I'll go down to the junkyard and see if I can find this whole assembly. This piece here is busted. I don't know if they're the same, but I might try to get the whole piece, fix that, and then put my plastics back on. And this Thomas will be ready for the road. I mean, it's running pretty good, other than getting that gas tank cleaned out and them lines cleaned real good. But we'll see. Okay, this is what I'm thinking about doing. I don't know if it'll work or not. Let me grab this, give you a little light here. This right here is the 4-stroke. This is the 2-stroke variator, I think that's what it's called. But this one, you can tell the difference. The easiest way to tell on this one is this one's got actual see the grooves here, and this 4-stroke don't. Let me see, and you can tell by the size. But I'm thinking, since this ain't working, this thing, I mean, it's screaming hot right now, because it's trying to go real fast to get that momentum going, and it's just not going nowhere because I'm holding it open. Let me see, like full throttle. I'm thinking, what if these weights will fit in these? And they do. These are heavier weights. It's going to keep it down a little more, but when I go to give it gas, it should make a move. These right here, these are these things are like pitiful light, and that was probably they're probably just made for that one or a special one, but these fit actually in here not too bad. So what I'm going to try to do is take from my 2-stroke parts, I'm going to take the weights or the rollers, not sliders, the rollers. I'm going to try to take them and use them in here. All I can do is say I'll find out and I'll let you know if it works in a couple minutes after I put it back together. Okay, YouTube, just went for a little ride. It's getting dark out, and I went around the yard a couple times. When my feet was almost dragging, I didn't want to slide and fall and sent to the hospital and hit one place and me another. It seems like I think I'm figuring out why it's bogging out. Every time I give it the gas, it's blah, blah. It's still something in the gas, because let me show you what it's doing, and then see if we can start it here. Listen to it, you'll hear it. It's going, wait, whoa, whoa. It's still bogging. I'm still getting stuff in the gas, so I'm gonna take that off and clean that filter out again. And after I cleaned that filter last time, it ran pretty good, but it did shift. It seemed like it shifted. You couldn't feel it like my two-stroke. My two-stroke, you can actually feel it. But I got 15. There it is. But in the back there, I got, where it is, right there. I got 1,000 springs, I think. I put in that. And in the front, it's all stock, but the only thing I changed was the springs in the back, and left everything. So it was revving up to like $4,000 to leave, and I'm so light. It goes up to about 38, a little bit down. But then when I'm going to, it doesn't take as much to spin to keep me at that constant speed. So, but that one needs work. Today I went for a ride and it was real hot, and it seems like the jug's heating up like I told you, and so I'll fix that one, which is no biggie. That one's pretty easy. It's two-stroke. This one right here, I got it running pretty good, other than getting the gas thing cleaned and getting the parts for in here, CVT and all that stuff. I'll get some new belts, and probably a new belt, and I'll get some new weights. I think belts, weights, and that's it on this one. And then I'm going to try and see how it does. The two-stroke, that thing flies. That just takes off like boom. This one, it's not there yet. It takes off pretty good in first gear, but then it's starting to shift now, because they went up to, I think, roughly 25, 30. I almost had it. Then it started bogging. Alright. Thanks for watching. Till next time.